And today I'll be showing you how to create a more complicated wheel shape based on the video I made yesterday. So the very first thing is I found a wheel that I really like online. So I'm just gonna insert the attach the canvas. Um, I'm gonna select this plane to put it on, and I'm gonna select the image, which is this wheel JPEG that I found and downloaded. And I'm gonna angle up to the top so I can look at it. I'm gonna make this a fair bit bigger. I think, whoa, way too big, like that big. And then I'm gonna make sure it's centered right on the origin, is about as close as I can get. So right there looks fine. And I'll press enter and just leave it there. So now I've got my wheel. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of start sketching around it. So I'm gonna create a sketch on the same plane. I'm gonna sketch the outer circle. Using the center diameter circle. Start right here. We're just gonna go out right around there. And right about there seems good. We'll call that 67. And I'll do another one that goes around to about 57, 58. That looks good to me. So I've got the general outer shape of my wheel. And now what I want to do is I want to create the inner tracings. And as you can see, this gets a lot more complicated. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create one of them and then hopefully copy it. So it's got these like 5 rivet holes, so I'm just going to create one of these. That's about right there. And we can see that it's got a bunch of angles. It's a pretty complicated shape. And the part that's actually like at the top layer is this outer shape right here. So I'm going to start with that. And the easiest option for me is actually just trace this using the line command. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to grab the line command. I'm going to go from here to there to right about, okay, and you see I have this annoying snapping thing going on where I can't click exactly where I want. So I'm just going to keep zooming in until that goes away and I can get kind of on the point I want, which is right there. And then we're going up to here, over to there. Oh, and that's a little bit of a curved shape, so I'm actually going to press escape, and I've got these 5 lines. And I'll just keep going off the other side. I'll do the curve kind of last because that'll be a little bit different. And boom. And I press escape to stop drawing the line. So I've got the outer shape, and I'll just do the inner one now. And I'll continue with the line command. That to here,
so we're gonna stick this in here with you, Miles.
to here, to here. And now we've got kind of our inner line shape, and now we just need these 2 curved lines. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to use, you can use the arc or the spline command. I think the spline is the one we used last semester. I'm going to try arc, and then we'll see how that actually goes. So I'm going to go from there to there, and then I can kind of just set where I want this to go. I don't want it just like that. And that actually turned out great. And I'm going to go from here to here. And that turned out great. Awesome. And if I press escape, I'm back in normal mode. And if I mouse over this, I'll see that area is highlighted. So I've kind of got this whole section right here that is like at the top layer. So that'll kind of be the top. And I do actually want to make sure that this is attached to that because you see that that connects to that outer wheel. So I'm actually going to shrink this inner wheel a little bit with the diameter command. So I'm going to use sketch dimension. Actually, let's see if I can. Here we go. So I'm just going to intersect that. So great. Now we've got this intersecting with that. And then I'm just going to bring this inner one in a little bit by double clicking and dragging just to make it kind of a normal wheel shape. It's okay that it doesn't perfectly match our outer wheel. We're really just using this as kind of a blueprint. So now I've got this section right here, that section for the outer tire, this section for the inner tire, and I'm going to create some sections for this part, which kind of slants up, like right here, and right here, and right here. And I'm going to trace around that to try to get this nice slanting shape. And I'm just going to go back to using the line command. And I'm actually going to trace out my centerpiece. So I know where that is. And that's this kind of hexagon right here. And then if it's snapping in weird ways, I can always just zoom in a bunch until I can get the fine-grained detail I want, like right there, to right there, to right there, to right there. Great, so now I've got my little center hexagon. And I'm just going to follow most of these lines. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And I'm actually going to, oops. I noticed this weird little chunk I've got here, so I'm going to undo that. And I'm going to make sure it goes from this corner, oops. I'm going to move this corner over a little bit. And then I'm going to do another line from right there down to here, so that the corners are attached. So it's these nice straight lines. I'm going to go out from here to right around there, to up there. I'm going to go from here to up here to right up there. And then I'll maybe add one more line from right here to right there. And I'll add a line from right here to right there, all the way up to here.
Miles,
And then,
can David and I use this play as a champion?
can I finish this recording?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna bring that line right up there, and this will all be attached. And so now, if we stop the sketch, we'll see that I have this nice outline of my shape for at least the one piece that I want to make right now.